Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be that you are listening to me. Why is it that whenever we talk of Adam, the first thing that crosses our mind is that moment? Yes, remember that moment too. Very good. That moment that they ate the forbidden fruit commanded by God that they should not eat. Yes. Why is it that that's the only thing that draws our attention whenever we talk about Adam? Why is it that we always focus on the disobedience of Adam? I'm here to let us know and study and learn together from the story of Adam and see other amazing lessons that we can learn from the life of Adam. Adam was the first one that was created by God. Adam was created on the sixth day of the creation, according to the Bible story, the book of Genesis chapter 1. The book of Genesis chapter 2 made us to understand that Adam was formed from the dust of the ground. That is, God formed Adam out of the sand and he breathed into his nostril. That is when man became a living being. The first lesson that I want us to learn here is that the power of companionship. God created Adam to be living in the garden. He was just there, living alone. No deadline, nobody to submit assignment to, nobody to check and balance him, nothing. He was just living the dream, just enjoying himself in the garden. But there is something missing in the life of Adam. Even God was able to notice that Adam was living
a lonely life.
And here is the first lesson. You are not meant to live this life alone. You are not meant to do this life alone. You need me, I need you. You need your friend, I need my friends. That was the first lesson that we learned from the story of Adam. Number 2 is Adam's responsibility. As I said the other time, Adam was in the Garden of Eden, managing the garden, waking up, doing everything, talking with God. But one thing is that Adam was not just an idle man. No, he was not just waking up and sleeping alone, taking naps under the tree. No, he was managing the entire garden. If you have seen a bank manager, you have seen anybody managing anything, managing a company, Adam was the first manager that managed the entire Garden of Eden, starting from giving names to animals, giving names to different plants, giving names to different insects, or whatever names that we may be calling them today. It was the work of Adam. Another thing that we learned from Adam's story is the power of choice. Every single day we are faced with different challenges, making choice. The first person that introduced us to the power of choice. He was in the middle of obeying God or disobeying God. Yes, he has power to choose what he chooses, and you all know what the consequence was. Whatever we are doing each day, we will be faced with different challenges of how to choose. My dear brothers and sisters, let's choose wisely. The fourth lesson is the consequences and hope. After they ate the forbidden fruit, they were chased out of the paradise, they were chased out of the Garden of Eden. That was not just the end. There is hope. And this is telling us that even when we offend God, even when we make God to be angry with us, there is still room for restoration. God restored them. It was God that created the first clothes for them, brought leaves together to patch their nakedness. God said, no, this is not you, this is not who I created. God was the first person that made that is restoration. God was trying to restore them back to himself. And this is a lesson to us that even when we fall, we can rise again. That is the power of God's grace at work. Then the fifth lesson, that's the last lesson, is the legacy of work. The legacy of work. If you wake up one day, you are moving to your place of work and you are expecting your salary at the end of the month, or you are an entrepreneur, you are self-employed, you are making money. It was Adam that introduced the concept of work. Adam was like, wait, so we have to till the ground now, we have to make plans, we have to build stuff before you think this life is just meant to be waking up, I'm sleeping and waking up and eating alone. No. Even God said, we shall eat from the what? From the sweat of our labor. And the sweat of our labor is always sweet when we taste it. That is the legacy of work that Adam gave to us. It's a lesson that we need to learn. So, Adam's story is not just about disobedience to God and his failure or his mistakes. There is power of companionship we can learn from him, taking responsibility, the power of choice. There is hope in the story of Adam, and also the legacy of work. I'll be expecting in the next episode where I'll be telling you another amazing stories and amazing lesson that we can learn from another Bible story character. Till then, I am still your friend, Matthias Akintola. Thank you.